Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Ultimate Edition 3.3 x64-bit Linux operating system. Okay, and you can see that this is my main desktop and the GNOME panels over here, and it's got a lot of eye candy to it. You've got a bar down there that looks like Mac OS X's bar, and Conky. It's very unique to FreeBSD and Linux, and you've got P-sensor temperature monitor telling you my temperature at this point of time. My CPU temp is idling at 28 degrees centigrade, and this is my system temp, and this I guess is my Radeon temp. I don't know what this is. Anyways, you can see the two fans that are connected to my CPU cooler. Okay, and this is fan 1, fan 2. You can see the RPM. Moving on, this is XOS View. It's a program, that tells you the load on your CPU and how much memory you're using, how much disk you're using, your swap space, your paging file, and your interrupts. I guess these are your interrupts. So this is the current load, CPU usage. You can see in Conky over here my CPU usage, and the governor, it's on demand. I'm showing you my governor. I've got 2 cores, so I can control the speed I want them to run at. It's on demand, so as and when applications require, system requires more clock speed, it will use more clock speed. That's on demand, and if I keep it on performance, it will throttle full 3.6 gigahertz. On my 6-core AMD Phenom 2, and I've disabled 4 cores, it's running with 2 cores only at 3.6 gigahertz. And the voltage CPU VID is at 1.175, whereas my CPU Northbridge voltage is at 1.15. Yeah. My memory is 16 gigabytes of G.Skill Sniper 1600 megahertz with this timings at 999, which I've changed to 98822, and current usage is at 2.29 gigabytes, yeah, whatever. And my network consumption, you can see how much I've uploaded, how much I've downloaded. This is Conky, a super utility on your desktop to show what's going on with your system. Okay, the date is today, Monday the 28th. Alright, so this clock is, I guess, the max. Yeah, this is Cairo clock, yeah. And let's see I'll open Opera. I've opened so many tabs, okay, but they're not being used. Yeah. So we can see that it's based on Ubuntu 11.10 using kernel 3.0.0-19-generic using GNOME 3.2.1, and the hardware is, you can see out here. Processes, so many processes running, sources, file systems. Okay, now I'll show you what my configuration I've done with this operating system. Okay, I'm using, you can see, a Samsung HD 500 gigabyte HDD, and I've got another Western Digital Green 500 gigabyte drive. Okay, so, and these two have been put in a RAID configuration by my motherboard controller. Okay, my motherboard is a Gigabyte GA880GM right here, 880GM USB 3 motherboard. Okay, so it's running at 1000 gigabyte in RAID 0. Okay, this is my device. And I'll show you what kind of a benchmark it gives me. You can see the minimum read rate, the maximum read rate, the average read rate, okay, and it's almost double the performance of what I had with just using a single drive. And my latency, my access time is at 13.2 milliseconds. Okay, so we can benchmark, we can do a read-write, we can do all read-only benchmark at this point in time, so I'll do that, show you. You've got LibreOffice, close this and open it again. You see how fast the access times are. My read times have increased, my write times have increased. I had to basically wait for these applications to open up before I had a RAID partition. Now it just pops up. Okay, no waiting period. Whatever. Yeah, right. Okay, so it's benchmarking. Okay, right. So it's finished. It's benchmarking. The minimum you can see is now different, a bit different. It's much the same. Okay, and yep, it's really great. I think it's almost got the speed of an SSD drive. The hard disk, this RAID configuration gives me the speed of an SSD drive. So, anyways, moving on. This is Chrome. My Chrome, and these are the tabs that I've opened. And I'll show you the Ultimate Edition page. Okay, and this is Ultimate Edition Oz. Okay, this is the website of this operating system is Ultimate. You can go to Ultimate Edition Oz.com or Ultimate Edition Info, ultimateedition.info. Yeah. These are the two websites that you can access for this respective operating system, and you can download it on torrents. Yeah, you can download this stuff on torrents. So VR Zone, Tech Report, you can see Fudzilla, yeah, right, this stuff, videos, and yeah, I'm going to open up a video on YouTube and show you. What can I open up? And let it play, let it load in the meantime, so I'll show you the applications. They're enormous. Where's that sound coming from? Okay, I hope you can see this. Stop download. Okay, now I'll show you what this operating system contains. A lot of different programs and accessories. You've got a ton of programs and utilities. All of them are mostly useful. You've got Cairo Clock, you've got stuff, you've got Docky out here. This is Docky. And you've got practically Arc, Archive Manager, Arc, Disk Burner, Calculator, yeah, a lot of good stuff. Some people say it's a bloat, but I don't think it's a bloat at all. It's more about having all the good stuff than having things that are practically pointless. This is really good stuff. Good collection of programs. You've got games, card games, logic games, etc. Graphics. You've got Blender, and you've got GIMP. You've got Image Viewer. You've got Inkscape, K3D, Carbon 14, yep. Simple scan. If you got a scanner, this will work. This operating system, basically Linux in general, has got drivers for almost all the modern hardware devices. Ubuntu, since this operating system is based on Ubuntu, there are chances that you might have 90% of the drivers that you'll have all the drivers for 90% of the devices on the market at this point of time. So you don't have to worry about your device not running in an Ultimate Edition. And then moving on, you've got Internet, you've got Chrome, and I've installed Opera. You've got KTorrent for downloading whatever you want. You've got Transmission, which is a GNOME-based torrent client, just like KTorrent. You've got a lot of cool stuff out here. You've got Conqueror. I don't know who uses Conqueror, but yeah, it's there. You've got Wi-Fi radar if you're using it on a laptop. And you've got your SSR, yet another RSS reader, which is basically can be used for you reading any type of news. It's out here. I'll show you over here. Ultimate Edition News. Okay, click on this. Okay, it's giving me an error. So basically, yep, the site is down, so it'll be up soon. And you can use Ultimate Edition Oz.com for all your GUI 3.3 needs. Okay, and Office, Happy Word. You've got numeric spreadsheet, LibreOffice, the whole suite. Yep. And other, you've got the AMD Catalyst Control Center, my graphics card information. It's a 6790. It's an MSI 6790, 1 gigabyte GDDR5. The clock is at 1 gigahertz bandwidth. It's version 12.4, Catalyst version 12.4, and OpenGL version 4.2. The other stuff is usual. Minimize this. Okay, and another. You can see the different programs. Programming, you've got different IDEs. You've got the KDE, Qt stuff out here, the whole suite. You've got Juta for C, C++, Python programming. You can use this. Bug for help you Bluefish. No, I think these are different. These is Bluefish development editor. Canvas, most basic, used for basic programming. Blade, I think is a GDK, yeah, used for creating interfaces, GDK interfaces for GNOME. PHP, edit PHP, image editor, diff patch frontend, and Qt. Linux profiler. And sound and video, this I think is the most unique part of Ultimate Edition, sound and video. You've got audio production, you've got the Hydrogen drum machine, you've got Audacity, which is like Acid Pro, Sony Acid Pro Audacity. You've got Hydrogen drum machine, which is like, yeah, it is basically just a drum machine. Open it up. I'll open up Audacity and video production. In video production, yeah, okay, so this is Audacity. Close this, just minimizing. Okay, So it's somewhat like Reason. This thing is somewhat like Cakewalk Kinetic 2, or you can compare it with Reason also, Reason 4, Reason 5. I can just press play and make the volume loud. No, you can't hear it, so stop it. So it's a beautiful program for creating any drum beat you want. Can be used professionally. So moving on, video production, you got Cinderella, DVD, Video Creator, Kino, Lice, VJ Tool. Okay, and you've got Audacious, which is basically this player like Winamp for Windows. You know, like Winamp, yeah. Preferences, you can choose for playing your MP3 files. Audacious. So minimize this right here. Let's open up a new dock. You know, allow dock here, open up a new dock. How do I open up a new dock? New dock. Right over here. So close. There you have it. Minimized the left hand side of the monitor, the desktop. Yep. You've got an Amarok, Audacious, Banshee, Zero. If you've got a webcam, you can use this, your laptop or whatever. Stop the corner, and you've got VLC. Yep. And you got VLC. You've got Movida. Play movies and songs on TV with remote. And you've got XBMC. Manage and view your media. These two are beautiful. Movida and XBMC. If you want to use your computer as an HD PC. You've got Miro over here. Player, which is the player for Ultimate Edition. Okay, and except for stuff, you've got K3B, a disc writing program, which can also write Blu-ray discs. Yeah. Where is it? Yep. So opened up. Really a cool program, extremely reliable. Oh yeah, and it's based on KDE. It uses the KDE toolkit, so it's based on the KDE version that I'm running is 4.7.4. Yeah, whereas the known version of this operating system is 3.2.1. Yeah. Minimize this. So you get basically different desktop environments with Ultimate Edition 3.3. You've got GNOME 2.32, which I'm using. You've got KDE 4.7, which you can use. You can use Unity. It comes with Unity. If I log out, I don't want to log out. So you've got Unity 2D, you've got Unity, other stuff. And you've got E17, Enlightenment 17. You've got XFCE, and you've got LXD built right into this operating system. So you can switch between different desktop environments as per your requirement. I'm using the default. I like this. And yeah, so it's got. I'll just jot it down. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, so system tools, package installer, GDebi. Top. Whoops. What happened? I guess that was a small bug. So anyways. Time. You've got console, you've got the move on package manager, move on software center. Okay, and it's a KDE based, I think it's made by the same guys who made KDE one, right? So minimize this. We've got system monitor. You've got UNet bootin. Okay. What this program does basically is it creates a bootable disk for your flash drives, and it creates all types of bootable disks for your flash drive. So if you got any operating system, you can practically create a bootable flash disk, including Windows, I guess. I haven't tried it. I've tried it with all the different Linux distributions, and it's extremely powerful and works like magic. You can see in the list, okay, the different distributions. You've got Arc, supports all the different distributions: CentOS, DSL, Savion, Zenbox, just put the image disk over here and stick in your USB drive and say OK, and it will create a bootable disk. Okay, so moving on. XOS view, X sensors, okay, K1010. And you've got the Ubuntu Software Center down here. You've got System Tools, Universal Access, okay, KMag Mouse Tool, Magnifier, Virtual Keyboard, and you've got Wine, which is used for installing Windows programs. It can successfully install Office, Microsoft Office, and all the Windows games you can install on this. Wine stands for Windows Emulator. I guess, I guess it's called Windows Emulator. So you can install any program you want. And here, the Ubuntu Software Center. Still there. It's a great distribution. It has all